Patterning, in my opinion, is what makes maps stand out and connect really well with the song. I'm gonna look at a few maps which I think utilize patterning very well to reflect the song, and those are a few of my favorite maps. So let's go. Silas, bubble flower. Okay, so this map has a really nice section at the end. The song repeats itself a bunch, and the map does too, but it utilizes a concept of like symmetrical sliders. It plays around with that concept quite a bit, and I'm just gonna show you the section and let it play. So that's the section. Oh my god, it's so good. Silas really popped off on this. The map uses these parallel and flip sliders to show that the song is repeating itself a bunch. The same concept is also repeated with different slider shapes, like these wavy ones and also these ones with the red anchors. At first it's just the same rhythm over and over again with extended sliders plus circles and maybe a few 1/4 sliders here and there. Then later, when rhythm changes up, he still uses the same visual design pattern, this symmetrical flipping, but this time he uses different rhythms for it. See, this isn't one continuous slider anymore like he did before. It is instead two 1/4 sliders arranged similar to the slider that would be there. And the same thing applies here with these. This is still kind of that intertwined wave slider shape. This time we have two 1/4 sliders here. So that's one of the examples. Let's go to another. Okay, so this map is made by Pocket, a really underrated mapper. He has like one ranked map, but the maps that he has uploaded are all like pretty amazing without exception. So let's look at this one particular section where the song follows pretty straightforward patterns and the map reflects them pretty perfectly. So the patterns here are also placed in the same regions of the screen, which is really effective in my opinion. We have these three SV changing straight sliders at the top of the screen here to represent these sounds. Then we have these three curved sliders at the bottom of the screen representing these sounds. And when the sound changes in rhythm, the pattern stays the same, but rhythm is simply added to it. The same principle applies with the top straight sliders, which change in SV. When their rhythm is changed, he simply changes some of them to reverse sliders to fit the rhythm better. And then at the end, when the section kind of reaches its climax and it goes over to the next, he breaks the pattern and has this kind of symmetry. And then he goes into the next section where he uses these pretty amazing, octagons. But yeah, that's beside the point. Simply, I think this section is really well done. No, I'll talk about this map another time. Oh my god, these maps are so good. Where was I? What did I want to look at? Oh, Argentina. I fucking go. This map is insane. So this map was made by a bunch of Argentina mappers. Their names are visible on screen right now. They were made in an international mapping contest called OWBC, I think. And this is, in my opinion, this is the best map that came of that contest. It is incredible, and you'll see why. So the first time I saw that, I was hyped. Holy shit, that was insane. So as you notice, every time the song does this really long distortion, they use one of these sliders which is slightly distorted, and afterwards have a slider which is much more distorted, go back through the path that the previous slider took, only this time covering, like, it's thicker, you know? Damn, boy, he's thick, boy! That's a thick ass boy, damn! So you can see they use the same concept with different shapes. They use the same pattern with different shapes. So the same pattern of going one way and then using that same way to go back is used in another pattern here, which is used for this rapid fire section of the song. So you notice how the sliders go back the same path they came from, very similar to what they did right here. So that's really excellent use of this concept. This time the sliders decrease in SV as they go one way, and then they increase as they go the other way. I highly recommend looking at this map yourself. It's got a few other really nice sections as well, and it's definitely one of the best that came of that contest. Okay, so You Saw Me is another mapper that is insane at this, and also one of my favorite mappers. We are going to look at this beginning verse part of his pretty popular map, Chemical Cookie, where the vocals repeat the same kind of structure, and the map does it pretty excellently as well. So this isn't as flashy of an example, but it's still really well done if you look closely enough. So in this verse, the vocals repeat each other. Was that even a sentence? So in this verse, the vocals repeat a lot, and that is shown by the use of the same slider shapes when those particular vocals repeat. So we first have this ha sound, which is signified by a slider going to the left, a straight slider going to the left. Then we have this other vocal sound, which is signified by a slider going to the right with red anchors this time. Then we have the last vocal in each measure, which is the most emphasized yet. It's held, it gets the most distinct shape yet, which is like a curvy one, and it's also hit sounded with a whistle. So this, in my opinion, is really, really excellent use of using the same patterns with patterns of the song to pretty much like have a one-to-one representation. And this is what I kind of strive for when I map my rap music as well, because I focus a lot on the vocal, because that's kind of what the genre is all about, and I look for exactly these kinds of patterns to implement where I can reflect the song and the vocals especially as good as possible. Boom! So here I am now, a few months later, with even longer hair, and I've just finished editing the video, and I kind of forgot about it for a while. And I just wanted to put a quick disclaimer out there that nothing I said in this video is objective, and that you can feel free to disagree. There's a lot of people who dislike this kind of consistency and prefer to map another way, which is totally fine. I'm not here to tell anyone how to map. yeah, let me know if you like this kind of video and if you have any maps you would want me to review or do this kind of analysis of. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see your maps soon.